A tuple is like a list, except it uses the round parenthesis instead of the square brackets. If I run it, you can see that it's 0 and 1. It's working exactly like a list would. So what's the difference? Well, if I try to assign it, you'll get an error because the tuple does not support object assignment. Look at it with a list. So the square bracket, we have Christy and Matt as strings. And we could even do so you can assign it with a list, but you can't assign it with a tuple. We've already shown that as a tuple, you can access the index of the tuple. So month would be this. Index 1 sales would be this. Cost index 2, 0, 1, 2 would be 200. So if we attempt to print it out, our expectation is that it's January. For the month, sales is 500 and the cost is 200. And that's exactly what we get. However, this is a bit verbose. We can also put all three variables on the same line using tuple unpacking. So our expectation now is that the month will be January, sales is 500, and the cost, the third variable on the line, would be the third element of the tuple. This is on tuple unpacking, and we expect it to work. Let's test it. Same. It just saves you more time and it's more readable. You have the same number of variables as you have for the tuple here. We're next going to look at the set. The set has curly brackets and must be unique. So we have two sets. And it's using the curly bracket. And notice that there's a duplicate here for Jerry. So there is a union operator here. It's going to join the two sets here, and one will be Matt, Christy, Jerry. The other one will be Jerry, Corey, Susan. And then we will print the union. Notice that there's only 5 elements in the set. Jerry, Susan, Corey, Christy, Matt. Which is the union of these two, but it removes the duplicate. We can also look at the intersection. So we'll go, the first set is character 1, and the intersection is this ampersand, and there's characters 2. The intersection of these two, we're expecting it to be Jerry. Guess I'll put this to F string. And then we'll print out the intersection. Intersection. Right? So we have a union and we have an intersection. Intersection is just Jerry right there. And there's also a difference. We can go for the difference equals character 1 minus characters 2. So it should take out Jerry here and just print out Matt and Christy. So just the difference is Christy and Matt, because the overlapping is Jerry, and it's going to delete it out from there. With the Python optional typing, you can also set the optional typing on that. And you can also, if you install mypy, which I have installed on this virtual session, you can check the typing. No issues found. If you were to do something like this and convert it to a tuple, no syntax errors for the linter, but mypy would find that there's one error in the expression has type tuple, string, variable has type set any. So there's only one data type here in the set. In the tuple, it can be different, right? So the tuple, you could put the string int and mix it up, and it'll work. You have the name of the person. In this case, the character is Corey. Print out first letter. You can do the name of the string and the first index. And the first letter is C right there. The second letter, or the third letter, should be the R. However, if you attempt to assign it, so maybe Corey goes through change and becomes Corey. It will fail because the string object does not support item assignment. So this is string object. Not assign to item in string. The Python list has these nice square brackets, and there's a comma between the items of the list. It can be changed, so each individual item in the list can be changed. It's ordered, and there can be duplicates, meaning that there can be multiple twos. So we create a list with the square brackets, and it's a list of strings. and we print out the list of people, the list of people, it preserves the order, and you have multiple queries. But if we have this be a set, it'll be a set of people. The set has the curly brackets. And then we print out the set of people. So one thing is the order is not preserved. So Susan is not head of Matt. The order is unordered. And Corey only appears once because there can only be one item of that type within the set. So the list is very common. It's mutable. It's ordered. You can have duplicates. The tuple is not mutable. So it's good if the data is not changing. So then it's very clear that you can't change the data. It's ordered and there's duplicates. So it's pretty similar. The set, you can change it, but it's not ordered, and there's no duplicates. The dictionary is mutable. It's now ordered, and the keys cannot be duplicates. Of course, the values of the keys can be. The string, it's not mutable, meaning that one of the first character here, A, cannot be changed. It's not mutable in that way. There can of course be duplicates, so like AAA can be in the same string. These are all iterators, and they can all be gone over with a for loop. List is the most common, probably because you can modify it, and it's very similar to arrays and everything else. The tuples have fixed data. So it's often used, for example, coordinates that don't change. The sets are unique values only, so it's good to check to see if there are duplicates or membership tests. The dictionaries are key value relationships. The strings, super common, used for text data. You may not use the tuples and the sets as much because they're a little bit less common, but they're quite important. Join a 100% free course to get more lessons, slides, code examples. See you at industry-python.thinkific.com.